Two Brookhaven preschool employees are accused of child cruelty. Atlanta News First reporter Mary-Kate Hamilton is live this morning at Oglethorpe Presbyterian Preschool and Kindergarten with the very latest. So Mary-Kate, what can you tell us about this?
Well, parents have already started showing up this morning. This preschool is up and running today, and many parents rolling their windows down and telling me that this is a wonderful school and that they proudly support this school. But here is what we know this morning. One teacher is being accused of roughly restraining young children from 11 months old to 3 years old, and the director of the school accused of knowing about these accusations and not reporting it. Now, I want to give you a look. Again, this is a popular preschool here in Brookhaven on Lanier Drive, right across from right across from Oglethorpe's campus, I should say. I also want to give you a look at the two employees facing charges. That's teacher Charles Wheeler and director Beverly Moon. Police say this investigation began on April 1st after information surfaced from a separate investigation. Detectives say Wheeler was restraining some of the babies and toddlers with what they said were excessive measures. He faces 6 counts of cruelty to children in the first degree, and detectives say the director of the school, again, Beverly Moon, was aware of the accusations, and they say she failed to report them to the proper authorities. The school has released a statement to Atlanta News First saying in part, quote, "From the outset of this investigation, the preschool has fully cooperated with authorities and will continue to do so. We must trust that our legal system will do its job and find the truth surrounding these allegations," end quote. They went on to say that their care continues to be for the children and the parents of this school and that they remain dedicated to this school as well. Now, the police say this investigation is still ongoing, and they're urging any parents who believe their child may have been affected to please come forward. For now, I'm live in Brookhaven. Mary-Kate Hamilton, Atlanta News First.